So I'm curious what your answer is to this question. What's the actual hardest part of growing a YouTube channel and getting more views? I don't think it's the title. I don't think it's the thumbnails. I don't think it's the editing. I don't even think it's the algorithm. I would suggest that the hardest part is actually coming up with ideas of what to make these daggone videos about. Topics that might actually have a chance of getting some views. Ideas of what my audience really wants to watch. And ideas that, dare I say, might actually pop off and do pretty well. Now, if you share in that struggle with me, I'm thrilled to say that I've got 2 ideas that I want to share with you today that I'm finding bring significant help in getting some video ideas that A, have evidence that people actually want to watch them, and B, even have some gold nuggets of some ideas that I don't think I would have ever come across otherwise. And I want to share it with you. Hey there, friend. I'm Diane. I'm in my mid-50s, and I've started this channel for my fellow Gen Xers and nimble boomers to have an opportunity to have more influence and hopefully, along with that, generate some additional income as we come toward our retirement years. And I remain convinced that one of the best ways to do that is with a YouTube channel. So when we're deep in the miry clay of going through the seasons when our videos aren't getting a whole lot of clicks, I think we have to remind ourselves that we could have the best on-camera presentation or we could have the most amazing editing, but honestly, if the topic that we're talking about is something our audience doesn't care about, we're kind of wasting our time. So I want to share with you 2 tools that I'm using, honestly, on a daily basis to go through and find video ideas, but then also compare that and see the traction that they're already getting and the likelihood that it's something that my audience will be interested in watching. Now, the first one is part of something that honestly you might already be logging into on a daily basis, and that's YouTube Studio. I did some digging around in there to find some things that I honestly didn't know were there, and I want to share them with you too. Now, the second tool I'll talk about goes a good bit deeper, but I want to make sure you're aware of the super valuable things that are in YouTube Studio that are actually kind of easy to miss. Hey, thanks for joining me in the depths of YouTube Studio here. So where I want to take you is you'll start out on dashboard, but I want you to go to analytics and then hit trends from there to bring up what we're going to be talking about here, where you can really find some definite ideas. So YouTube obviously is the best place to go to for the data of where people are actually searching for videos. So I think they're getting better and better all the time of giving options for ideas. The inspiration tab, which we might have used, is much more AI based with you putting in things, and it's going to give you some ideas as to what to go for from there. But this trends tab really gives you the idea of evidence that's already happening on YouTube and where you can kind of find some waves to ride that hopefully your ideas can catch those same kind of waves too. So get ideas for your next video. It's going to bring you up things that kind of maybe tangentially go with your topic. I've made some recent side hustle videos, so I've got new videos to inspire me that kind of go along with that. But let me pick some things that really don't have to do with my niche at all, but might do with some of yours. So cheap, nutritious recipes. And we're going to see what comes up from that. So my viewers say low interest, but you can also see where the top searches are coming from this topic. Here's what people are already watching. You can get inspiration from videos already on there, but then go to show all and see what comes up with high, medium, and low volume. Now, obviously, high volume is what you're most going for, but probably already has the most competition. Medium volume might be that sweet spot in the middle where you have some good ideas. There's not the most videos in the world, and maybe you can get some traction from there. But, don't ignore the low volume ideas too. These might be ones that you can kind of get in on a ground floor, and as views would increase on this topic, your video can go along with that too. So let's just take a look at some of the ideas. Not everyone is going to be a winner by any stretch. Some of them might come up and actually make 0 sense to you whatsoever. But, you just go through and you pull out the ones that have possibility and, make your list from there. I will say that a great one to also keep in mind, and this is where I found some real those gold nuggets, if you will, is content gaps. Now, what's a content gap? I'll put on the screen what YouTube defines as a content gap. But in short, these are topic areas on YouTube where we know people are searching for videos, and YouTube is saying, there really isn't enough here for us to be able to show these people that are searching. This is a place where we need more content. So who are we to argue with YouTube on that regard? Again, some of these may not be really the most sense, but we've got a high volume for easy recipes for noodles. So if you're in that niche and you weren't necessarily thinking about going that direction, it's saying it's a high volume content gap. And then we also have medium and low volume with that too. Now, I will encourage you to go through and refresh these every few days. This is not going to remain the same all the time, and new ideas are going to come on a regular basis. So as much as you have an opportunity to go through these and refresh every couple of days and update your list of content ideas, YouTube is basically handing us thoughts of, we need videos here, why don't you make them? So this option of going through the trends tab, and especially going with the content gaps on YouTube Studio, can really be super effective. So now that we can get a better list of ideas together by using YouTube Studio, I think in a more productive way, and find some of those really valuable content gaps, I want to talk with you about a tool that actually helps you to see the traction that some of those ideas are already getting on YouTube. And that site is oneof10.com. I've been using it pretty heavily for the last few months, and let me be clear, this video is not sponsored by them. I'm sharing it because I'm getting so much value with it, and I think it could be helpful for you too. I do have a link in the description that'll help you get there, but let's take a closer look. Here we are inside of oneof10.com. I've already signed up and created an account. Once you do that, you'll be able to get in and see the same sort of thing on your home screen here. So bottom line is we're looking for outliers, and that seems to be a term that's used a lot with YouTube. And what it basically means is you're looking for videos that do a good bit better than other ones that are also on the channel. So when we think of the term 1 of 10, what this outlier score is here, and you can see these in the various colored boxes that come up, is that, say, this one is 31.2 times more successful than the 5 videos that preceded it on that channel, and then the 5 videos that have come after it on that channel. So that is the number that is created here to give it a high outlier score. And the higher the outlier score, the more interest it comes with, oh, okay, this could be something that could work well for me. Like here's one that's 114.7. So even if it's not in your niche, you can take lessons from the title setup. You can take lessons from the thumbnail and how that's put together, and just get some ideas that you can make work for your particular topic areas too, even if it's far away from what you normally do. So a little bit more of how 1 of 10, I think, shines is in the ways that you can create the filters to make it more applicable for what you're looking for. So get back here and scoot the filters back. You have the option to have the number of multipliers, so you can take it, and if you're in with the super high ones, you're not going to get a whole lot, but you can create the range there. The two that I would really encourage you to be sure to change in your searches is to keep the subscriber level pretty low. Like I'll scoot mine down to 2,000. You can take it way up here, but the people who have the huge channels probably aren't going to be the ones that are going to take a lot of chance on some things that they know may not work. But all of us in small channel land, we're willing to take the chances on the things and just see how they do. So, you can put it all the way down to 1,000 subscribers just to see the ones that might really kind of have taken off with small channels. And then down here, the one that I would also change is, we have to remember that YouTube changes all the time, and we have to kind of keep up with where things are currently. So you have the option to see things that have been all time on YouTube and see, maybe you want to go back into deep history stuff. But I will say the value comes in that you're looking at things that are at most the last year. Maybe you want to set it even for the last 6 months. You may not get a whole lot of results sometimes. So I keep it the last year, but also then keep an eye on what the current level is with that. So I'm hitting apply changes on this filter. So it takes a second here and it will populate. So when you change those filters, it changes what comes up. So again, if you can find these red ones, they're the ones that are the highest outliers for you. So you can keep it general and just see what's available for any type of niche, but then you can also search your niche or very specific ideas. So again, one that's outside of my niche, but we see a lot of traffic on YouTube dealing with Dollar Tree stuff. So let's go with Dollar Tree home hacks and put in that as our subject area. Gives it a couple seconds here, and then it's going to come up with ideas. So the ones that really are the most exciting are the ones that you can see that the number of views are even higher than what the number of subscribers are on the channel. Red doesn't always signify that, but you know that that's a true outlier, that's doing better than even what the general channel size is, and can be great for you just to take notes of. So there are ways that you can save these on here, so that you can kind of have a file to go back to of your ideas as you're doing these save searches using 1 of 10. You can hit a thumbnail search if you're just, I need ideas of what to do. I want to have an idea what's doing well. The search just makes it a little bit more different, that you can see and just scan through all the various thumbnails that you can see have done the best too. So take these ideas, make them your own, take the elements of the things that are working and put them in what you're creating too. And, just let's keep riding the wave of what we can already see the data of what's working on YouTube. And I think 1of10.com is just an excellent opportunity to really kind of get even the level of success that's being seen, and then what you can do to take those ideas, make them your own, and see what you can do to hit that traction too. We can use the Trends tab in YouTube Studio to get a good idea of what our audience is already looking for, and let YouTube tell us specifically where there are some gaps in content. Then we can take those ideas and put them into a site like 1of10.com to kind of get an idea of what videos are already striking gold in that niche. So let's tie all this together and think about everything we've gone through here. With the information we get from both, we can generate those good content ideas, and then also get thoughts of how to have effective titles, to have attention-getting thumbnails, and just do all the packaging we have to do to give the video the best chance of taking off. This is how we stop guessing and hopefully start growing. We don't need hundreds of videos, we just need the right videos. And I think taking a route like this that shows the data of what's already working really helps us define what those are. So if coming up with good video ideas is one of your biggest struggles like it is with mine, I hope this is helpful to you. I hope it saves some time, and I hope it saves some mental anguish. Hey, thanks for watching. If you found this video to be of any benefit, I'd love if you'd give it a like, and I'd love to be able to stay in contact with you and keep talking about these things, so please subscribe if you're interested in doing that. I'm rooting for your success. And hey, I just mentioned affiliate marketing a little bit ago. I do have a video that gives a pretty deep explanation of how you can get started with that and how you can make that work as an additional income stream for your YouTube channel. And I think it would be a great one for you to watch next.